Happy Wednesday, happy Snapshot Day. If you haven't been following the leaks that have been happening recently, then you probably missed a few things. Minecraft has been teasing us with emojis about new features that they're wanting to add into the game, and as you can see, one of them is floating down around me right now. This is 25W02A, and this is the first snapshot of 2025. In it comes a few new features, and I have a couple critiques. Don't get me wrong, it's a great update, but I have some things I think I might change. But let's start with the very obvious elephant in the room. This is one of the new features, falling leaf particles. This here happens with pretty much any leaf block that didn't already have a particle. So if we go over here, as you can see with these azalea leaves, there is a particle there. If I just wander into here, you'll see also one of the other features, the fallen leaf litter blocks, and there's some fallen leaves there. Let's wander into the jungle real quick. These should all, yep, there you go. There's some oak leaves, jungle leaves, yep, jungle leaves have that. All of the leaf blocks in Minecraft got these new particles, and they also change based on what block they're underneath, which is kind of cool. But this is where my first critique comes in, and we're standing in and amongst them. This is a lot of leaf litter. If you walk into pretty much any forest, the ground is just now completely covered in leaves. To a point where this is naturally spawning, there's like no grass anymore. Look at, there's 2 pieces in this giant clearing. I didn't do that. It's a lot of leaves. And like, I get that it's only the forest, but also when the forest is like one of the most common biomes that we as players find ourselves in, this is like a lot of leaves. Like this would make sense in like an autumn forest of some sort, or even honestly in this Badlands forest. Like in here, this makes total sense. I love this. This looks great. This is a great way to add some texture to the ground here. But when the leaf litter isn't in the jungle and it's not in like literally any other forest biome, this is definitely a little much. This is a lot of leaves. They do make a nice little sound when you walk through them though. That's kind of cool. That's kind of nice. So that's my first critique. The leaves in here, that's pretty rough. There's a lot of them. But don't worry, I don't only have critiques. I have a lot of good things to say about this update too. But let's touch on the second critique first. Oh yeah, the leaf litter also makes wildfires really, really easy to spread because they also burn. That's just something to think about too. But if I head into here, into the spruce forest with the spruce trees, you'll notice that we get we got regular leaf particles in here. Now, maybe this is just because I grew up in Colorado, right? I grew up in a place where there's a lot of pine trees and a lot of spruce trees. Like there's a lot of that. I don't recall these trees having like real leaves. In fact, you can kind of see it in the texture of the block. It's actually more pine needles. Spruce trees are inherently called evergreen trees for a reason, because they stay green all the time and their leaves don't fall off unless they die. So these leaves don't really make a lot of sense in this biome. I get that they kind of matched all the other things and that the dark green is kind of a nice color for these leaves to be, but like logically, in a biome full of evergreens where leaves aren't supposed to fall, why are regular freaking leaves falling? That doesn't make a lot of sense. That's a small nitpick, whatever. Let's get into the good stuff. Starting with this biome, the pig variants. Yeah. Look at you. You're kind of amazing. This is the cold weather variant of the pig. Naturally, we still have the normal variant of the pig as well. If I just go here to the forest, you'll see there's a normal variant of the pig, which is the same pig we know and love. But then if I go to a biome for warmth, I'm going back to the same Badlands that we were in. This is the warm variant of the pig, which is actually kind of awesome. He looks like a little warthog. It's kind of great. So we got pig variants now. They're great. I kind of like this. This is a good little detail. I kind of hope that they add variants to everything. This is a great little design choice. I like the pigs. The pigs are great. I didn't talk about something very strange that they added. We'll get into the cool flowers and stuff in a second, but first, I need to show you this. If I take some oak leaves, I can now burn oak leaves. I need more. You can burn leaves and turn them into leaf litter, which is cool, but it feels very cursed to be able to put leaves in a furnace. I don't know why, but that's a thing. Also, when you can like literally just pick these up in survival mode, I don't know why they made a recipe for it. I don't know, maybe it's infinitely farmable now. Cool. Look how much of it I get too. There's so much. I already have a stack and I've done like nothing. Look at stack in 48. That's crazy. Anyways, we gotta go back to the spawn point. The next feature is the wildflowers. But before I show you any of this, I gotta go find an actual wildflower biome. Not a wildflower biome, a place where the wildflowers spawn. Why is it so hard for me to say wildflowers? Here Here we go. Here we go. Wildflowers spawn in meadows right here. This is one of the areas. Birch forests and old growth birch forests. And this is kind of amazing. Check it out. The bees are already using them to pollinate. Wildflowers act pretty much exactly like the cherry petals, where you have the 4 different pieces of it. Also, the bees are following me now. You get 1, you get 2, you get 3, you get 4. And that's what the example thing over there is. Hey guys, how's it going? Look at this. Yeah, you guys are so cool. Okay, I'll give you some flowers. Enjoy. They're a nice little addition to the undergrowth of the meadows. I kind of like it. I was gonna say let's see how it looks in the birch forest, but I think there's like 2 blocks of birch forest here. Oh wait, here we go. Wow, look at this. Okay, I like this. I like how this looks in the birch forest. Look at you. Wow. Okay, I do like this. This is a nice little detail for the birch forest. What about the old growth birch forest? That's the taller trees, I think. Yeah, it looks nice. Good little detail. This makes me hopeful that they'll add even more to the birch forest. Like that old cool concept art that they have. There's like a bunch of stuff in it. That would be kind of sick. I didn't mean to do that. So now we can look at this though. This is the 4 different like fullness states of each of these blocks. So as you can see, these are the pink petals, the cherry petals from earlier. These do this. They go 3 and then 4. They have those 4 states, right? So they took that logic and then they applied it to these, the wildflowers. So there's 1, there's 2, there's 3, there's 4. And then that also applies to the leaf litter. There's 1, there's 2, there's 3, there's 4. Interestingly, the hitboxes for these 2 are the same, but this one is shorter. Probably because there's not like a 3D model to it. It's just a flat layer on the ground. Very cool. Very cool. Obviously, the way to build it up is by just right-clicking on the block multiple times, and then it fills it up. I think you also get all of them back, right? Yeah, you get them all back too if you break them. Very cool. Very cool. That is the new like ambient stuff that's there. It's the pigs, those things, and the falling leaves. But they actually made changes in 2 other different departments as well. I'd also like to apologize. I'm still getting over the flu. Did you hear that sound? Let me show you again. Whoa. I won't lie. I kind of love that sound. That's like one of those like satisfying sounds that you hear somewhere. Wow, that's a cool sound. And the reason they changed that is because they actually made some fundamental changes to crafting the Loadstone. Instead of what it used to be with a freaking netherite ingot in the middle, it's now just an iron ingot. Boop, whoop, boom, boom. I don't think I've ever crafted a Loadstone, literally just because it used to be a friggin' netherite ingot to actually create. That was not worth it to me. Why would I ever do that when I could just use it on gear? I think Minecraft realized that too, and so they made that change. So now maybe people will use Loadstones. I think you can also find them in ruined portals, which I actually think there was. Yeah, there's one way over here. Is there a Loadstone? There sure is. Wow, I didn't even plan that. That was so cool. Okay, I'll take that. So yeah, Loadstones are a little bit better now. That's kind of cool. But they also changed the iron block sounds. I don't hate it. That's kind of cool. I think they also changed the walking sounds. Oh yeah, that's kind of nice. They also changed it for a bunch of other blocks. So they added them for iron blocks, iron bars, iron trap doors, iron regular doors, and then heavy weighted pressure plates. So like most of the iron things. So that's kind of cool. I kind of like that. I don't know if it fits the bars very well, but I don't hate it. It's not too bad. Didn't iron bars also used to be like really glitchy on the ground? Did they fix that? It's not like Z fighting anymore. I'm not sure. Anyways, that's all the iron changes and the Loadstone changes, but listen to the sound again. Oh, it's so cool. It's so cool. Okay, let's talk about the Pale Garden change. The first main change that they made is that Pale Gardens now take up a lot more space. Well, obviously not in this scenario, apparently, but they are supposed to. I think a lot of people were finding really small Pale Gardens, kind of like this, and they were like, what's the deal with that? Like, why'd we do that? So that's a thing now. These can also have mansions in them now, which is kind of cool. Imagine finding a massive Pale Garden with a mansion in the middle of it. That would be freaking wild. The particles are going wild. I don't know if they've upped the number in here or not, but this is a lot of particles. It like always feels like fall. That's what it feels like. And then finally, you can actually name Creakings. Creaky boy. There's one. Hey, buddy, how's it going? You are now Creaky boy. So named Creakings now persist through the day. So if I set it to noon, you can see it's the middle of the day and he's still hanging out. He's still vibing. He still does run after you, and he will still attack you as long as you are not looking at it. So they do a still their same things. They can still communicate with their hearts. It's still the middle of the day. They can do all their things. But if they get too far away from their heart, or apparently if they are stuck with the player, I don't know what that means in the patch notes, but they'll die if that happens. So that's cool. It's kind of neat though that they just persist, so you won't lose your creaky boy. I think that'll also make it really easy to farm some of this goodness. For some reason, it's not giving me any. It's not giving me any stuff though. Interesting. Okay, so why? How can you only get resin in the night? That's interesting actually. If it's noon. Oh, you see it dim? Did you see it dim? It's got a new dormant state during the day. Oh, dormant creaking hearts cannot spawn new creakings in resin. That's so cool. Okay, that's really sick. All right, cool, neat. Here, take those, enjoy. I'll see you later. All that stuff is now affected by specifically time of day, and it's like not affected by weather and stuff. Apparently that was a change that needed to happen. I don't know. I'm not a technical player. I don't really know it enough. Whoa, okay. Dark oak forests also got the leaf treatment. This is kind of a lot of leaves. That's my critique. That's my one main critique, is that there's a lot of leaves. It's like too many leaves. It's so many leaves. It's just so many leaves. And then that biome right there, the spruce, it doesn't make sense. But that's it. That's the only critiques. The other things, the pigs, the Pale Garden changes, the stuff, all the new changes like that, the Loadstone stuff, all that makes sense. Love that stuff. Good stuff. Awesome. Love it. Good things. Very interested to see what's next. Because I want more. I like these changes. There's good changes. It's good updates. Good updates, Minecraft. I'm just sick and dying. And subscribe for sick. You can find a link to the patch notes in the description. Go check it out. Go try it out for yourself. Let me know what you think in the comments. Yay. Thanks for watching. See you next time.